Well, a very good evening, everybody. This is Gulf Harbour Radio, ZMH286, Patricia and David. It's the 11th of November, so a very, very happy day to all veterans out there.
Yes.
And doesn't matter what country you're in, it's a good day to celebrate actually being alive and back and enjoying the boating world. A couple of bits of news. First of all, from Pogean in Minerva, a couple of boats left today, 6 still left, and it's actually not all that great. 15 degrees from 100 degrees, so we'll call that just south of east. 2 metre swell outside, overcast 1017, and we have Big Fish who usually do this job, and Phoenix left today, and there are 6 left. Thank you very much for that, you both. And let's go to Big Fish, who have reported from 26 degrees 36 south. This was about 3 hours ago. 17859 east. They're doing 7.5 knots at 210 true course. 15 knots of easterly, 1.5 metre east swell. That's not too bad. Bit of cumulus, 30% high cirrus, wind-blown cirrus, and all is well on board. Thanks, Marianne and Richard. And Rubicon, their midday position was 2800, 17845 east, 6.5 speed on a course of 220. 15 knots from the east, and the seas are down to 1.5 metre easterly swell. 68% cloud cover. Matt actually gets the award for the day. They had a broken steering cable. Can you imagine? They found that just before it went, and he's managed to replace it. Absolutely amazing. So I hope the seas weren't too bad when all that was going on. So Freydis, Paula and Jim have arrived in Opua, and they got, apart from the rain, a pot of dolphins. So that was nice to get. It's always pretty special to get the dolphins when you arrive outside of Opua there. It's fantastic. Good omen. Okay, let's go on to the boats, and I will call in this order. Freya, First Light, and then Tatus. Let's see how we go. Freya, Gulf Harbour.
This is Freya. How copy?
Oh, good copy, Susan. It's still a little bit noisy on the band, but much better than it was last night, and you're quite strong. Go ahead.
Good evening, Patricia and David. We have had a gorgeous day today. Champagne sailing, we'll call it, and some dolphins as well. Our position is 2754 south, 17345 east, on a course of 180 true, going 5.5 knots. True wind direction 093 at 10 knots. Speed half meter from the east, very comfortable. Sun cover 20%, like I said, nice sunny day, and the bar is 1025. Over.
Wow, that does sound nice day, including the dolphins. Wow, 2754 for Freya, 17345 east, 180 true course, 5.5 knots. The wind is 10 knots from the east, only 0.5 metre easterly swell, 5% cloud cover, and 1025. Oh gosh, I'd like to be out there myself on a day like today. Sounds lovely, and pretty good progress. So we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Susan, over.
Sounds good, thank you.
Okay, let's go to First Light, Gulf Harbour.
Don and Julie on First Light. How copy?
Yeah, good copy, Don. And hi to Julie. Go ahead.
Well, okay, our current position is 2709 south, 17615 east. Speed over ground is 5.6. We should be doing much better. Our boat speed is about a knot higher than that. So that's the mix of some sort of countercurrent. Course over ground is 197. wind speed approximately 15 knots at about 80 degrees true. The swell is less than a meter, about a half meter from the east. We've got beautiful clear skies, and the barometric pressure is 1.0. And have an interesting aside if we have time.
Interesting what? We had...
Didn't catch that.
I didn't catch the interesting aside. We had something, but I couldn't work that out. Over.
Oh, I was just going to say last night we had an interesting experience with a fishing boat. No AIS on, and we tried to contact them, and it looked like we're on collision course. No response from either DOC or Channel 16, so always a little bit disconcerting.
Okay, and did you actually see a boat, or was it the Chinese sometimes put these mooring buoy AIS signals? So did you actually see something? Over.
Oh, roger that. Yes, it was a U.S. vessel, but no AIS and no radio response.
Oh, that's interesting. I think I might report that one. All right, this is first light 2709 south, 17615 east, on a course of 197 true, 5.6, with a negative current about a knot. Yeah, well, we've been looking at the currents and they're all over the show actually. Looking at about the dateline, or I think it was 179 east, there was an actual positive current, a whole sort of line of it at all latitudes, but then it was a bit negative in other places. Anyway, 15 knots from just north of east, 80 degrees. I think you said 1.5 metre easterly swell, clear skies again, and 1020. You wouldn't happen to have taken the position when you saw the vessel, would you? Over?
I'm sure I did. I'm sure I did grab that location. It occurred last night around midnight, I think. So we can work that out, but don't know currently.
Okay, well I'll just report that one because there are a lot of Chinese vessels around the area at the moment. So, boy, they're just amazing where they are. But yeah, they really do need to be putting their AIS on. So we'll look at it. I'll just put down midnight and we'll try and work things out from there. Okay, thank you for that, Don. And we'll clear with you and find Tatus Gulf Harbour. Tatus Gulf Harbour, and hopefully they will, there's 4 of them on board, hopefully somebody's near the radio. We'll go on to Shandong and then come back to you. Shandong Gulf Harbour.
Hi, Patricia. How's something me, over?
Yeah, pretty good copy, David, and I've been in touch with Sue today, so I'm sure she'll be listening tonight. Go ahead.
Shandong is at 31 degrees, 31 degrees, 02 south, 176, 44 east, steering 2102, boat speed 7 knots, wind northeast north, 11 knots, sea northeast 1 meter, clouds 100%. All well on board. Back to you.
Well, certainly all well on board down there already. 3102 south, 17644 east, on a course of 210 true, 7 knots. The wind 11 knots from the northeast area, and a northeast 1 metre swell. 100% cloud cover, and all well on board, and a good signal, so I'm sure she has heard you very well. I take it what is your ETA then, David? Over.
Well, just under 300 miles to go, so sometime on Wednesday with a bit of luck. Over.
Okay, sometime on Wednesday. I forgot to ask Sue if she's coming back from her visiting schedule over there in Adelaide. I presume she won't be too far away. All right, well, have a good, safe night, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow. And funnily enough, Whitehawk was next on my list, and they have reported on streaming. Good evening, you guys. At 5 p.m. their position was 4 degrees, 46 south, 17032 east. Course over ground is 020 true. They're heading up to Majuro. Speed over ground 3 to 4 knots, and I'm just checking. It's Monday because David said what the wind was going to be. He said it was going to be 6 to 12, and indeed the wind is 6 to 7. So we'll keep you on, David. Swell half a metre, 10% cloud cover, and 1010. And they've got 2 boobies as passengers since last evening. Boy, these boobies are getting pretty lazy. What you need is a jolly good storm like Zumax had to get rid of them and the mess they leave behind. Okay, have a good evening, you guys. Okay, let's go to Falado, hopefully with a fixed autopilot. Nothing heard from Falado. Let's try Mackay, Gulf Harbour. You won't hear me in Savu, I'm sure. Kuaka, Gulf Harbour. Oh, pretty good. Not too bad at all, Ben. Go ahead. Kuaka, Ben, go ahead slowly. There is a bit of fading on your signal. Okay, I'm going to need your degrees of latitude. There's still a lot of problems with the propagation at the moment. I got something degrees 5, 6, but repeat your latitude. Over. Okay, I have Kuaka 12 degrees 5, 6 south, 17639 west. Is that correct? Over. Okay, I also need your course and speed. Over. Okay, so the course is 340, I'm assuming true, 3 knots. So I take it there's not too much wind there, up there. You're having the same trouble that First Light having.
Which the weather is, a trough up there.
Yeah, there is a trough up there, so I'm going to try and work out what the wind speed and direction is. Wind speed and direction, and if you could comment on the what you've had today, but very slowly, please. Over. Northeast. Okay, it sounds like it was 18 from the northeast. It sounds, I'm not sure that I got that right. Is it 18 northeast, or did I get that incorrect? Over. Okay, I have that 08. Thank you. 8 knots from the northeast, and that makes more sense with your boat speed. It's certainly not a fast trip to go north at the moment, is it? So 1008 on the bar with a 1.5 metre swell, and I think you said 25% cloud cover, but I just heard Barry on Mackay come in, so he might be able to correct me, but I did get that all was well on board. So hopefully conditions are going to improve radio wise. We're having a lot of struggle in the morning net as well at the moment. Okay, thank you for that, Ben. We'll try again tomorrow, but I think we got there in the end. And I will go to Mackay. Did I get everything right, Barry? Over?
Was that from Mackay, over?
Roger, Roger. Was there anything to add to Kuaka's report? And just tell us what it's like in Savu Savu. Over?
No, okay, Trish, I'm not able to copy you. We've got a lot of atmospheric noise. It's pretty bad. I will go ahead and give you my position if you're copying me, over.
Roger, Roger.
Okay, Mackay's current position, 15 degrees, 14 minutes south, 177 degrees, 49 minutes west. 5 decibels, 6 knots on course at 218 true. The wind speed is currently 17 knots, 17 knots from, looks like about 120 degrees. 17 knots from 120. Sky condition, 100% overcast. The sea state is 1.5 to 2 meters, let's call it 2 meters. From also east to southeast, 2 meters. And pretty choppy and bumpy. As Kauaka had reported, we have also seen squalls, everything from 0 wind, almost hitting 30, and quite a bit of rain as well, over.
That sounds better.
Yep, that sounds like what David is looking at here. So Mackay on his way to Savu Savu, 1514 south, 17749 west, 5.6 speed on a course of 218, east southeast 17. They've had rain, squally 0 to 30, you name it, 100% cloud cover, and 2 meters. Not very nice, bumpy, sloppy east-southeast seas.
May continue tomorrow.
And David said it will likely continue tomorrow. Likely continue tomorrow. How copy, Barry? Over?
Kauaka, can you relay? Did you hear it? Y'all stand by. Mackay, stand by.
Roger, Roger. Okay, let's see if I can find Bellina, Gulf Harbour.
Gulf Harbour, this is Helena. How copy?
Oh, I've got good copy on you. It must just be up there with that messy stuff, but it looks like you might. Well, go ahead with your report. Over.
Very good evening, Patricia and David. My position is 2731 south, 17740 east. We are on a course of 220 at a speed of 7 knots. The wind at the moment is south-southeast, 15 to 20 knots, because there's a large rain area with squalls around us. 100% cloud cover, and 1021 on the bar. That's all well on board. Over.
Okay, got that. Bellina, and hello to Marlene. 2731 south, 17740 east, 220 true at 7 knots, south-southeast 15 to 20. There's rain and squalls and stuff all about. 100% cloud cover, of course, and 1021. But all seems to be well on board. Thank you, Benno. And I might need some help from you in a minute. If you could just hover near the radio, it would be useful. I'll see if I can get Narida, Gulf Harbour. Yeah, very light copy from you too, so take it slowly. Over. Okay, I've got that 2-1 for Merida heading Fiji to Bundaberg, 2142 south, 15547 east, on a course of 234 true, 5.5 knots. She has an easterly of 10, an easterly swell, but I missed that. I don't think it's very much. 90% cloud cover, and I missed the bar as well. So is all well on board? All well, Jan? Over. Well, I'm sorry, it's just too difficult with this atmospheric noise to pick you up, but hopefully looking at the position and the progress, all is well. Okay, we're still after Falado, Gulf Harbour. Nothing heard there, and Tatus, last on my list, Tatus, Gulf Harbour. Nothing heard there either. All right, we will go to the weather, the all-important weather, and looks like there's a bit of not very pleasant weather in our sailing area at the moment. So here's David.
Alrighty, let's take a look at the synoptic picture for, well, look at tomorrow, Tuesday. The dominant feature is a very, very strong high pressure area just to the east of New Zealand. The 500 millibar ridge has produced this large high in area and pressure. So with the central pressure of 1032 millibar, that's 1032, we could expect fresh to strong winds. Anticyclonic flow extends all the way north to 15 south, believe it or not. So let's see what to expect in Fiji and Tonga. So, starting with Tonga, Met Service has issued a number of warnings. So, strong wind warning for Tonga Tapu and Ua. For the Hapais, expect strong wind and heavy rain. And if you're on land, flash floods are possible, and virtually the same warning for Vava'u. For the Minervas, strong wind warnings are issued as well. So the winds for all areas of Tonga, including the Minerva, east to southeast 15 to 20, rising to 25 to 30 at times. Rough seas up to 3 meters, and poor visibilities due to heavy rain. And I see solid cloud on satellite imagery, tiny breaks here and there, and it's rather an interesting thing because I've got the IR on a loop, and I've got it on a 2-hour loop, and this cloud mass that I'm talking about runs all the way from Fiji, almost due south, all the way down to, well, I haven't even extended it down to as far as it goes. And all of the cloud in this huge mass is moving north to south, but the huge mass itself is moving to the east. So that means Ballina, while I think if they look off to their east, they'll see this heavy-duty cloud. Actually, they won't see the real nasty stuff. They'll see some cloud that doesn't look so nice, but nothing compared to a little bit further east. Anyway, all of that is going more or less north to south as well, and probably will be drifting east. So I think as Ballina continues on their course, they'll probably sail out of this, I hope. Okay, so where am I now? So let's go to Fiji Met. They describe a trough over mainly the eastern parts of the country. So up to 6 o'clock tomorrow, 6 p.m. tomorrow, expect southeast winds 15 to 20 and moderate to rough sea and poor visibility in areas of heavy rain and thunderstorms. And for Wednesday, southeast winds 15 to 20, gusting to 25 with moderate to rough seas. Well, you know what, to give you an idea how tall some of these thunderstorms are, I was able to pick up the temperatures on a few of them on satellite imagery, and we're getting a temperature of minus 65 degrees Celsius. Pretty cold. For other bits of information for you, the cold front that's due to affect the North Island of New Zealand, that will be starting around lunch on Friday the 15th. Now, shortly after this front passes, you could expect the next high in the Tasman to, well, it's strong with a central pressure about 1030 millibar, so it's another strong one that we're going to deal with. But by Saturday, its eastern edge, its eastern side, will reach New Zealand with southwest winds that extend all the way up to 32 south, and backing Sunday to southerlies up to about 32 south. So I know those of you that are approaching 30 really don't want to hear that. So hopefully things will change. But that new high is moving in. There's no question about that. And as always, we get southerly quadrant winds on the east side of these things. So we'll talk more about it tomorrow. And yeah, that's about it from me. So with that, I'll pass it over to the chief.
Yeah, I was just trying to work out where first light would have been at midnight, but I don't have any AIS information for first light, and I don't have your MMSI number either, Don. But I did get some luck with Faladoe. They have a problem with their autopilot, so probably not on, but only 3 minutes ago they were only 290 miles to Bundaberg, so they'll be very tired puppies when they get there. 23 degrees 23 south, 157 degrees 32 east on a course of 267 to Bundaberg, 5.3 knots, and it looks like about 10 knots of, oh hang on a minute, 10 knots of, yeah, southeast 10, just going by the GFS, but it's reasonably light, and so hopefully they're not doing too badly, but yeah, what a nuisance to lose your autopilot. And I'm just looking at some of the other boats coming south. I've got Freya, bit slow on the AIS, so it was good to talk to them. And otherwise, Sumo 2, German boat, they're that's quite an up-to-date position for them. They're at 2.6 and 173. Anahata, that's a bit old, 6 hours old. So, yep, everyone's steadily making progress in reasonably good conditions there. Okay, is there anybody else? We still didn't get Tatus, and unfortunately their AIS is pretty old, but is there anybody else wanting to check in? Oh, hello Don, go ahead. Yeah, that would be great, go ahead.
It's 367-669-540.
Okay, all copied. 367-669-547. Why I wrote down 0, I don't know. 547, is that correct?
You should have written down 0. It's 540.
I did.
Oh, 540. And I thought, for some reason, I thought I'd heard a 7 in there. Okay, I wrote it down correctly. Yep, thanks for that, because I will report that into the authorities. Okay, is there anybody else? Yeah, I think the that noise has dropped a little bit. Boy, it would be nice if it dropped a bit more, wouldn't it? But it looks like it might. It's certainly there's no pulsing in it. I don't think it's a problem with anything to do with radar. Although I do know from our ham friend in Townsville that there is a lot of Air Force activity going on there. Has been for about a week. American and Australian at the airport there. Okay, this is Gulf Harbour Radio. Thank you, everybody. We will be back again tomorrow, and if you want the frequency, it's all yours. Cheers, all.
Morning star, morning star, morning star. Shannon, over.